We got this precept here. You got the book of 1 Samuel, the 7th chapter. Let me read it off my phone. First Samuel chapter 7. First Samuel chapter 7, it says, and the men of Rfid came and fetched the ark of the Most High, and brought it to the house of Anadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of Yahawashi. Okay, which the ark now really Yahawashi represents all that. Because when you read a book of 2nd Maccabees, it tells you that the ark of covenant is hid. Okay, until the Mashiach return. But symbolically, he represented everything in the ark. Okay, the manna, the law, the stash, everything. Yahawashi represented, man. He's the high priest and he's the sacrifice. Read the book of Hebrews, the 9th and 10th chapter. The whole book of Hebrews go into that. Okay? But anyway, let me read on. It says, and it came to pass while the ark abode in Jehoram, that time was long, for it was 20 years. And all the house of Israel lamented after Yahawashi. And Samuel spake unto all the house of Israel, saying, if he do return unto Yahawashi with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth from among you, and prepare your hearts unto Yahawashi and serve him only. That's what you following Mother's Day. That's worshiping Ashtaroth, man. Okay, let's look up Ashtaroth real quick. That was a Canaanite deity. Ashtaroth, false goddess in a Canaanite religion, usually related to fertility cult. So they always had that fertility cult, which America today is in that Queen of Heaven spirit, man. Okay, you got these thoughts and these whores being celebrated, the Kardashians. Okay, and the Beyoncés, all of them in that Queen of Heaven spirit, man. See? And the Lord is not with that. To prove that, we get the book of Luke. Let me get some water real quick. Bringing out the precepts, man. Pushing the stroller, go there. There was a precept. Let me get Luke 11. So in fact, let me finish read this out. Jake was following that nonsense back then. This is the scripture said. Let me read on. It says, and prepare your hearts unto Yahawashi and serve him only. And that's a commandment, man. That's in order, man. And he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. So the reason why people are in their position is worshiping other gods, man. It's just that simple, man. Okay? Then the children of Israel did put away Balaam and Ashtaroth. Ceramicis, another word for that is Nimrod and Ceramicis, man. Alright? And they had a son called Tammuz that they had through incest. And they became gods, man, for thousands of years. Following that, man. And serve Yahawashi only. Okay? Let me jump on down. And Samuel said, gather all Israel to Mizpah, and I'll pray for you unto Yahawah Shemel Shah. Okay? It says, and they gathered together to Mizpah and drew water and poured it out before Yahawah Shemel Shah, and fasted on that day and said, we have sinned against Yahawah Shemel Shah. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. Okay? And that's what the Most High wants you to do now, man. And Samuel took a suckling lamb, verse 9, and offered it for a burnt offering, holy unto Yahawah Shemel Shah. And Samuel cried unto Yahawah Shemel Shah for Israel. And Yahawah Shemel Shah heard it. Okay? We want the king to hear us what we call, man. You see? But Jacob was doing that back then, and the Most High jacked us up, man. Matter of fact, you had a woman in the scriptures who came with that folly, man. Yahawashi rebuked her. Let me get the book of Acts. No, book of Luke. Luke 11. Let's see, Luke 11. Luke 11, verse 27. And it came to pass, as he spake these things, a certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him, blessed is the womb that bare thee, and the paps which thou hast sucked, coming in that Queen of Heaven zone, man. An Israelite woman, man. Because we nourish you, we bring you forth. What did Yahawashi say? Did Yahawashi co-sign with that garbage? This is what the Mashiach said. Verse 28. And he said, yea, rather, blessed are they. How you doing? Blessed are they that hear the word of the Most High and keep it, man. It's about the word, man. What does the word say? The word don't give you that to follow, man. Okay? The word gives you the high holy days to follow, man. You kept the Passover not too long ago. The day of Simon. You got the Feast of First Fruits. The blowing of the trumpets, the Feast of Tabernacles, Day of Atonement, Hanukkah, okay? Sabbath, which is based off the new moon. Those are the things you're supposed to be, Purim. Those are the things you're supposed to be following, man. Well, no pictures, please? No pictures, man. No pictures, please. At least he was civil with it, man. I don't know, people think this is the zoo, man. Right? This is not the zoo, man. This is serious. But the scripture does say, since he tried to do that, we get 1 Corinthians 1. We changed zones a little bit. I wanted to get in on this Queen of Heaven garbage. We get 1 Corinthians 4. First Corinthians chapter 4, verse 9. It says, for I think that the Most High has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death. But we are made a spectacle unto the world, and unto angels, and unto men. So we are a spectacle, man. People look at us like, who these dudes on the corner with these funny garments on, preaching out of a Bible? So fools for the Mashiach. Okay, that's the point, man. Sure, Noah looked like a damn fool too, man. Telling people it was going to rain and it never rained before. See? Somebody got to stand for truth, man. Like the Most High says, Psalms 94, who's going to stand up for me against the evildoers, man? Who, man? Who's going to look like a fool for me, man? Because everybody's all for self. Yeah, people think we ain't Muslims, man. We're the Hebrew Israelites, okay? That's who we are, man. We're taking our nationality back, man. With interest, man. The interest is what? Slavery for the heathen, man. Okay? That's the time we in right now, man. Deaf to these religions, man. Most I never dealt with religion, period, man. Never dealt with these pagan customs like I'm going into Mother's Day. Most I ain't dealing with that, man. Okay, that's worship of the woman right there, man. Okay, the scripture says, serve Yahawah only. Let me get the book of Acts, the 19th chapter. Let's go into some Israelite history. Acts chapter 19. So I can find a precept real quick. Yep, this is Acts 19. Stop at verse 21. Acts chapter 19, verse 21. And after these ended, Paul purposed in the spirit when he passed through Macedonia and Achaia to go to Jerusalem, saying, after I've been there, I must also see Rome. So he went into Macedonia, two of them that ministered unto them, Timotheus and Erastus, but he himself stayed in Asia for a season. Point is coming up. And at the same time there rose no small stir about that way, for a certain man named Demetrius, a silversmith, which made silver shrines for Diana, brought no small gain unto the craftsmen. Let's look up Diana real quick, man. And you know, brothers and sisters, you can look up Diana real quick. Diana of Ephesus. And they destroyed her temple, I believe, 3 times. The last time was in 1 AD. Okay? That was the Queen of Heaven God of that time. Today they call her what? Mary, man. The mother of God. And the scriptures don't stress the importance of Mary, man. Diana of Ephesus. See? The ancient in Turkey, Temple of Artemis. She was the goddess of the moon and of the hunt. She was the virgin protectress of woodlands and wild animals, and it often depicted with a bow and arrows, which were punished mortals who angered her. Foolishness, man. Okay? Was also extremely popular in the ancient world, as we might deduce from the fact that the copies of her cult statues have been excavated in many parts of the Roman Empire. That was just folly, man. And there were all kind of other female deities, man. Alright? Aphrodite, Gaius, Rhea. All kind of, man. The list goes on and on, man. All the heathens got their form of female goddesses. Okay? And that's all folly, man. The scripture says, I'm going to get that after, but let's read the story. Whom he called together with the workmen of like occupation. And said, Sir, ye know that by this craft we have our wealth. Moreover, ye see and hear that not alone at Ephesus, but almost throughout all Asia, okay? Which I said before, that was like the world of that time. What you call the Middle East today, all right? And also Paul was up there in Europe, man, because Ephesus is in Turkey. But almost throughout all Asia, this Paul had persuaded and turned away much people, saying there be no gods which are made with hands, and it's not. There's no gods which are made with hands. Okay, that's just the imaginations of wicked men, man. Okay? So that not only this craft is endangered to be set at naught, but also that the temple of the great goddess Diana should be despised, and her magnificence should be destroyed, whom all Asia and the world worship it. Wow, man, that's folly. And when they heard these sayings, they were full of wrath and cried out, saying, Great is Diana of the Ephesians. And the whole city was filled with confusion, and have caught Gaius and Aristarchus, men of Macedonia, Paul's companions in travel. They rushed with one accord into the theater. And when Paul would have entered in unto the people, the disciples suffered him not. Okay, so they had to get out of there, man. Let me read on down. And certain of the chief of Asia, which were his friends, sent him unto the Zion, that he would not avenger himself into the theater. Some therefore cried one thing and some another, for the assembly was confused, and a part knew not whither they were come together. Let me jump on down. But when 34, but when they knew that he was a Jew, and all with one voice, about the space of 2 hours, cried out, Great is Diana of the Ephesians, man. So they were going hard body for a God that didn't even exist, man. See? That's how lost and bugged out the people were back then. And the same as today, man. There's only one God. His name is Yahawah, and his son's name is Yahawashi. Okay? Oh, man. It says, and when the town clerk had appeased the people, he said, Ye men of Ephesus, what man is there that knoweth not how the city of the Ephesians is a worshiper of the great goddess Diana, an image which fell down from Jupiter? Another word for Jupiter, Zeus. Okay? So they were just worshiping all kind of folly, man. And most of them were Israelites, man. A lot of them converted into the faith. So like I was going into, Mother's Day, that whole foolishness, all that, we just went into the Canaanite Ashtaroth, which went to Dian of Ephesus, okay? And let's go to Ceramicus. Because you had that back then, Jeremiah chapter 44. You get the book of Jeremiah chapter 7. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 18. And this is what the Most High said, man. The Most High gonna kill you. Matter of fact, let me read it. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 16. Let's start from verse 11. Jeremiah 7:11. Is this the house which called by my name become a den of robbers in your eyes? Behold, even I've seen it, say Yahawashi. Jump down to verse 14. Therefore will I do unto this house which called by my name worthy trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and your fathers have I done to Shiloh. I will cast you out of my sight as I cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Because Ephraim, the northern kingdom, they were into other gods, man, because they were following the example of Jeroboam. You see, and the Most High got them out of there by the hand of the Assyrians. And he said the Babylonians to do the same to the southern kingdom. Alright? Why? What were they doing? Good. That's what the Most High told us to do. Alright? Therefore, pray not thou for this people. The Most High said, don't pray for these wicked niggas, man. When they get put to death, man. Do not pray for them, man. Let me read it again. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift a cry, nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me, for I will not hear thee. Okay? Read on. Seest thou not what they do in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem? What were they doing? The children gather wood, and the fathers kindle the fire. And the woman kneaded dough to make cakes to the queen of heaven. Ceramicist, man. Okay? That's the God you following when you follow this foolish Mother's Day holiday, man. The queen of heaven, and to pour out drink offerings unto her. Pour out drink offerings unto other gods, that they may provoke me to anger, man. So you provoke Yahawashi to anger when you do these things, man. We just read it in the scriptures, man. We just read it, man. Okay? So the scriptures is clear on that, man. Okay? So that's what folly at the end of the day. But like the scripture says, folly is set in great dignity. Folly is set in great dignity, man. Okay, that's why the scripture considers America a whore, man. Everybody come here to use this place, man. And she has defiled y'all, man. Okay? Most High's not dealing with that, man. That's what he told us if we get Revelation 18. It's time to come out of all that, man. Revelation chapter 18. Revelation chapter 17, verse 18 breaks down the woman. Start verse 5. Revelation 17 and 5. Let me just go to 18. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, Babylon, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. This is America, man. It sent bombers to Iran. They checking North Korea. Alright? Stopping their shipments, hitting them with sanctions. This is a great city that ruleth over the earth.